Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and let's watch this big game. Magnus Carlsen with black pieces is losing against very well playing Anish Giri, and up to me Anish Giri was stronger and better player. So he absolutely deserved this fantastic victory, and he's beating great Magnus Carlsen. I can't remember since Magnus Carlsen lost a game, and of course every time when Magnus Carlsen is losing, chess world is nearly in shock. How is possible that Magnus Carlsen is losing? What's happened? And everybody who is beating Magnus Carlsen is a star, is a famous for a few days. And now let's watch this game because Anish Giri played amazing chess game and absolutely he was stronger player and he won this game. So let's enjoy this game and let's enjoy this video. Watch this video till end, and if you are going to see good video, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day because that's a game. And now let's come back. So okay, Magnus won a pawn. He's pawn up. But at the other side, I'm absolutely sure that white's compensation is beautiful. Just let's compare the white's pieces and black pieces, and even after bishop e7 and rook d1, that's another reason to believe that white's got nice position. Of course, it's hard to play chess game with Magnus Carlsen and to be pawn down, because Magnus Carlsen is great. He could defend nearly every position to win nearly every endgame. And now white is pawn down, but once per year, once per month, sometimes that's different story, because now okay, knight c6 happened, and only I'm going to show you why knight on d5 is not for free. That's a simple variation, because if white is taking on d5, it's a fork on b4, and absolutely this is a terrible position. Even here there is no hope and no reason why to believe that white will take this knight. So this knight is not for free. This knight is terrible expensive for white, and of course white is not taking this knight. And white was aggressive and he played queen f5. So right now this knight is hanging. Knight f6 and e4. Yes, the threat is e5, and just think about this game. Since the beginning till end, you will see how Magnus Carlsen is under pressure. He's defending, and of course defend is much more harder than attack, and his position is with pawn up, but is now with small complication. Okay, maybe g6, maybe you think that g6 is a good move, and I think yes, this is a good move, because say in this variation queen f4, now e5, and at the end this position is interesting because black is pawn up, but still I believe in beautiful white's compensation. So maybe that was the reason why Magnus Carlsen is not going to play move g6 and he played move d6. Okay, e5 anyway. So that's the reason why white played move e4, just to push this pawn to e5. And okay, let's watch what's happened if this variation black is taking on e5, because that's important to understand why Magnus Carlsen was not interesting to take this pawn by a knight. Knight is taking on e5. Of course, on b7 is a bishop, so black is taking, and a queen c8. I still believe that maybe Magnus is not losing immediately, but white's got good compensation. Okay, that's another story. Maybe that was a good variation, a good way to walk and to play, but immediately here Magnus played Queen d7 and he believed in himself. He believed that, okay, he is going to play endgame with pawn up. Why not to play this endgame? But okay, Anish is not worried to exchange queen and he is taking back a pawn. Be careful. Pawn on d6 is not a weak pawn. It's a super strong pawn and it's a pass pawn. So at least now white won a pawn back, and plus a pawn on d6 is a terrible strong. Okay, check on e1 and knight c3. Okay, maybe for a while let's watch this position and think about black's rooks. Maybe rook on h8 is the biggest issue and the biggest reason why I believe that still black is worst. You know, white will bring all his army to game. He will play simple chess, but black has to be more creative and to find maybe only moves to stay still in the game. So this endgame is not easy for Magnus Carlsen, but Magnus Carlsen should survive nearly every endgame. So knight c3, and I believe that bishop should take on c3. Of course, why black should take knight on c3? Because in every exchange he is going to improve his position. Knight on c3 maybe is a danger knight because should go to b5 or d5. That's a threat. And if black is taking on c3, maybe this pawn on c3 is a weak pawn. Maybe yes, maybe no. And maybe that was a chance how to play this position. Magnus played knight b4 and maybe he believed in this fork or in this fork. Okay, it's not hard to stop all threats. Knight e5 and just watch. One knight on d7 is hanging and bishop on b7 is hanging, and maybe that's exactly variation of what Magnus Carlsen missed. Yes, of course, he is not losing immediately, but he is worst, and he is worst since the beginning. And maybe that's not easy position to play, even for Magnus Carlsen. So he took on e5 and two bishops and strong pass pawn. Still, maybe the biggest black problem is his not working rook on h8. And okay, now rook d1 happened. Of course, this important pawn on d6 need a defender, need help. And exactly that's happened after move or rook d1. Knight c4 and d7. That's now nearly winning pawn because it's nearly impossible to take this pawn. And of course, in any case, in the future, white should support this pawn by a move bishop c8. So big difficulties are waiting for Magnus, and Magnus, of course, will do his best. Knight c2, and now the best move is knight e5. Of course, this is a difficult move to see. But Magnus Carlsen is playing blunder, knight d4, and that's nearly losing move. Okay, how is possible that this normal looking move is losing? Because knight e5 was only one move to play. Oh, okay, maybe knight b5, and I think that at the end of this variation, Magnus is not losing. Yes, still his position is tough, not easy, but say that we could believe that Magnus will hold, or maybe has a chance in the future to win the game. That was the best variation and the last chance for Magnus to save the game. But unfortunately for him, he played here knight d4 and Anish is playing fantastic move b4. Of course, it's fantastic and it's a simple move. Two bishops, need open position. Two bishops love open position, and how to open position if not with move b4. So okay, here still only one move, maybe the last move, but still I believe that this position and bishop a3 is a danger move to black, and maybe all these moves are still giving black small hope, but I don't believe it. I think that two bishops and rook on h8, that's a tough position. Even Magnus Carlsen is great and up to me one of the greatest chess player ever. I still believe that he's fighting for the draw. Okay, but what's happened? After move b4, Magnus is playing second mistake in a row. Second blunder, and that's game over. Why? Because here is bishop d5. And now let's watch how Anish Giri is playing amazing game. He is going to open position. He is going to put his bishops to amazing squares. And his activity and two bishops are winning this game. Even Magnus Carlsen is doing his best. It's late, and that's a game what I'm enjoying. So knight d6 happened. Okay, of course, white is opening not only rook b1, but is of course looking for bishop a3, and there are too many threats. There is pawn on c5, knight on d6, and of course at the end it's waiting a king on f8. So beautiful bishop on a3 and bishop c5. Two bishops in the center, two bishops in open position, and maybe up to material looks like black is okay. He's not losing immediately something, but this position is lost. Okay, knight e6 happened and bishop b4 makes sense. Pawn going down, and now knight a4. Threat, at least there are forks on b6, and you know, every move, every threat, every new difficulties are giving chance white to believe that exactly now he is winning with Magnus Carlsen. That's a great victory for Anish Giri, and well done. That was a game. Of course, Magnus is fighting. Magnus is not ready to resign. Knight c4 or maybe bishop b4 make a sense, and knight c5, and this position is lost. I think that two bishops, extra pawn, still amazing advantage and huge chance for white to win this game. But that's only variation because of what's happened, and now without variations, just watch this game till end. Only 5 moves are waiting for us. So rook c1, bishop e5, check on b4 make a sense, knight c5, okay, fork or threat exchange, and yes, the difference between a white species and black species, you know, white threats and black's passivity. That's the reason why we are watching game where Magnus Carlsen is losing. Exactly now he lost and he resigned. Great game of Anish Giri, and it's not such a common picture to see Magnus Carlsen losing his game. And I was enjoying following this game. Hopefully you enjoyed and you saw good video, good game, and if I'm right, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. Maybe tomorrow Magnus is winning, and of course Magnus should win this tournament, but now we saw how great Magnus Carlsen is losing his game against very well playing Anish Giri. So that's it for now. I really thank you very much for all your likes, follows and comments, and I believe that I'm going to see you soon here or maybe tomorrow in our another YouTube chess video. Thank you, see you soon and take care. Bye bye.